Hi everybody, Teddy Bear's Junk here. Today we're going to do a homemade cold porcelain tutorial. Cold porcelain is a really good clay to work with if you're making little models or little charms. It's pretty much an alternative to polymer clay. It air dries, there's no need to oven bake it. So yeah, it's a really good alternative because it's really cheap as well. So basically the ingredients you'll need is some white vinegar, baby oil, cornflour, some all-purpose glue. We've just got PBA glue here. That's glue too. Some hand lotion. You're gonna need some cling wrap or some sandwich bags. You're gonna need some cling wrap or some sandwich bags, your choice. And then like this mixing bowl and a wooden spoon. Because you're using glue, you might want to prefer to use some disposable measuring cups and mixing devices, but we don't really care because we're gonna clean it anyway, so we're using this glass one today. Okay, so the recipe is 1 cup of PVA glue, so that was just 1 cup of corn flour, 1 tablespoon of baby oil, and 1 tablespoon of wet vinegar. You can also use lemon juice. It's just for preserving so that the clay doesn't go moldy. So here, if you can see, we've got all our ingredients in the bowl ready to mix. I'll show you what it looks like after mixing. So this is what it looks like when it's getting all mixed up. It doesn't really look like clay yet, but we're going to cook it in the microwave. Okie dokie. So what we need to do is put it in the microwave on high for 1 minute, and then we'll take it out after that 1 minute is up. So this is it in the microwave. Happy cooking! Okay, so this is what it looks like really quickly. And we're just going to stir it. So we're stirring it in between cooking it so that it all cooks evenly. So now that it's pretty, it's getting pretty hard, we're just going to put it in for 30-second intervals. Okay, so the more moisture you put in your mix, the stickier the mix is going to be. So what we're trying to do when we put it in the microwave is cook it and get rid of all the moisture that was in the glue. But as the moisture disappears, it gets harder to just mix and harder to use. It's turning out pretty well. Do you reckon that's done? So the way you test it is just pinch a bit and you just condition it in your hands, and if it's sticking to your hands, I mean it was a little bit but not so much that it's going to bother me. If it's sticking to your hands, you need to put it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. Just keep doing that until all your moisture is gone and it doesn't stick to your hands. See? It's really nice to use. It's got a really good texture. It's good clay. This is probably done. Our next step is to knead it for about 5 minutes. If you've got a marble top surface, you can just do it straight into the marble top. But what we're going to do, because we don't have marble top, we're just going to put some Glad wrap down. This next step is when the baby cream comes in. So you're just going to put a little bit of hand lotion. You're going to put a little bit of hand lotion on the Glad wrap, but not much. And just smoosh it around. And then you're going to knead the clay. And the more you knead it while it's hot, the better the clay will be, the better the consistency, the easier it'll be to model. The other thing I was going to talk about is right now I haven't put any paint in the clay. So it's going to have this translucent-y sort of, if you can see, it's white, but it's not like bone white, it's sort of translucent. And the way you'd colour it is just by using acrylic paint. I mean, some people do it like while they're mixing their cold porcelain, like while they're cooking it. They'll put like a tablespoon of white paint into the mix and it'll colour it white. But I don't really see the point. I'm going to colour it anyway, all different colours. So yeah, if you want to colour it, you just get acrylic paints and just knead it into the clay. You can see this has turned out a really nice clay. The other positive thing with cold porcelain is that it doesn't attract as much lint and dust as polymer clay does. You see how this is white? I mean, usually, like polymer clay, it would be covered in dust by now. Especially in my house. I mean, I've got like 4 cats on the ground right now, and they'd all be like shedding their little hairs on it and stuff. I'm gonna put a bit more baby oil on, hand lotion onto my hands. When you're using the hand lotion, just make sure that it's oil-free, and it'll help keep the clay nice and soft. So you want to knead it until it's cold, until it's cooled. Once it's cooled, you're going to put it in a sandwich bag or a Ziploc bag and just stick it in the fridge overnight or for 24 hours, and then it'll be ready to use. We're going to use Glad wrap because we don't have any sandwich bags. But just as long as it's airtight. You can also use it like an airtight container. So yeah, just from that, I mean, it wasn't even a cup, it was just like up to there of corn flour and all-purpose glue. We didn't even use the same type of glue. Like for one we used like clear poster glue, and for another we used the white PVA glue. But yeah, we mixed it together and it's working fine. It worked out fine. But from those amounts of ingredients, we got all this clay. Which, I mean, you would pay a lot for, usually. And we seriously just spent like $5 or something at Woolworths and made this clay for that much money, so that's really good value. and we're going to make lots of cute little charms with it. So it's all ready to get packaged up and cooled overnight. So because I'm just using dry wrap, I'm just going to wrap it up. Just make sure it's airtight. Because it's air dry clay, you don't put it in the oven. Because it's air dry clay, you're going to need to be more careful about leaving it around air. Yeah, so that's the end of the tutorial. I'll do a catch-up video to show you the charms that I've made from this clay. And maybe I'll do a polymer clay versus air dry clay review. Thanks, guys.